What you waiting for? It's time. Time for love. It's time. Time for the sun and sand. It's time. Time for fun. It's time. It's time. It's time to let your hair down. Come on. Come on. Come on. To have no fear. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's time. What you waiting for? It's time. 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 What you waiting for?
And we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Merv Britto Show on this beautiful sunny Sunday. My name is Merv Britto, and I thank you for joining us. As we do every week on the show, we always want to give thanks to all the people that put this all together and make it happen. The team at the Merv Britto Show, starting with Mr. Ajoy Barreto.
Hey everybody, I hope you guys had a good carnival weekend. Not too good that you can't even function, but still, hope you had a good one.
Doesn't seem like a carnival weekend. Carnival was a couple of days ago, man.
I know, but I heard
Carnival week.
I heard you've been pretty busy, Merv, in that regard, so I'm looking forward to a report on the carnival activities in Goa.
I'm going to fill you in all about it. Let me tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wilbert Cardozo.
Hey guys, hope you are having a wonderful weekend and wishing you all happy Lent.
Are your legs still working, mate, after the long walk today?
Of course.
What is it called?
The walking pilgrimage.
You did that this morning, right?
Yes.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Kirsten Ribeiro, who doesn't have a mic in front of him. We need to put a mic up his nose. Kita muna tayo sangre. Salam, that's it? Ani kita?
Good day.
And good day. Very, very Arabic.
Eat some khajur.
He had too much racket at the masquerade. Ladies and gentlemen, another gentleman without a microphone in front of him who smells very good. Every week, he's the best smelling man that I know. Not that I'm going to smell him, but Mr. Neil Rodriguez, how are you, Neil?
Namaste.
How's your Josh?
Hi.
Smells lovely. Last but definitely not the least, the one and only Mrs. Joanne Brito.
Good evening, everybody. 5 days into Lent, 5 days sober.
5 days into Lent, 5 days sober.
I think your sobriety extended beyond length.
It's not length. Why do you guys keep saying length? It's not length like a measurement, my brother.
I said length.
Length. Sorry, Ajay. Ladies and gentlemen, we do the show every week, and we're really passionate about what we do. We talk about trending topics, topical, non-topical, what's happening, things that are good, bad, or ugly that are happening right here in our beloved Goa, in India, and all around the world. We on the Merv Britto Show would love you to get in touch with us. This is an interactive show. It is the only live broadcast show you will ever see. I don't think anybody does a live show. And we'd love to hear from you. We're going to put the social media handles right on the screen right now. You could get in touch with us and download and watch and comment and like and share on any of the social media handles where you get your social media. You can check more about our team and what we do in previous episodes on our website, themervbrittoshow.com. And very importantly, we're going to send a couple of shout outs today. The telephone number to get in touch with us is 7507-246-246, no matter where in the world you are. If you want to say hi, hello, give a shout out, wish somebody, compliment somebody, say something nice about something that's happened, or just make your, make your opinion, we make your opinion heard. We'd love to hear from you. 7507-246-246. Let's get right into it. We had a brilliant week this week at the Carnival.
Yeah, we had great fun.
Where do I start? We had a brilliant time. Ajoy, let me tell you, they asked me to be a judge at the Mapusa Carnival, and I was so impressed. Joanne, you came along.
Yeah, I did.
What was your opinion?
Through the crowds, and I managed to get a seat on the sofa, which was really nice, unexpected. I was just hoping to sit in the background.
So we were invited.
Brilliant. It was great to see all of the floats, all of the people dressing up, all the music, and people taking it really seriously in the sense that, really touching on really pertinent, relevant topics for Goa. So it was fabulous to see.
I've been to many carnivals in my day. Normally, always in Panjim. I would never go to Mapusa for the carnival because it was just very haphazard, mismanaged. It wasn't my favorite. Can I just tell you, and I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's arse, I'm just telling you, that's one of the best organized carnivals that I've ever been to. It gives Panjim a run for our money, if not better. These guys, these counselors, your MLA, you guys should be proud. I said on a couple of promos and reels that we put out. It's one of the best well-organized carnivals. We sat there and we watched the floats go by. They came right in front of us. But the stands, the way they had people able to view these floats all the way from the church, all the way around the circle, past the taxi stand, all the way to where they had the Mapusa Masquerade. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud of our little Mapusa, and I say little Mapusa, that's my little Mapusa, but it's our own beloved Mapusa that we're so proud of, and it actually was on a stage to compete with any of the other venues in Goa.
So, first question to you, Merv.
Son.
Did it start in time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know exactly what time. I was pissed off because, Ajo, you came with me to Panjim where we went to get an update of how things work out for Panjim Carnival, like the good old days when we had a great time. And we got cheesed off and left by about 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Because it hadn't started.
Yes.
I don't remember. I was having such a good time and they'd given me a lot of work to do. I had to judge the floats. So we were just going through and I don't remember what time, but it started in good time. It was still bright, loads of people out there, everybody excited. And you could hear the music, you'd hear the floats coming down the strip. I don't know what time it started, but it was great, Ajoy. It was immersive. It was and like some of the stuff I saw just blew me away. So again, I'm saying to you, to all of you guys that put it together, kudos. I would definitely go back. And the Mapusa Masquerade. They had this show for 4 days where in an area that was enclosed off, you had to buy tickets and go in. They had a masquerade where they had a party. Kirsten came along with us. We went there after the carnival and they had 7 Notes play, one of the 3 bands. They had 2 other great bands. It was probably one of the best live shows. Joanne piping, you can say what you think.
Yeah.
They had a massive stage. I've never seen a stage this big in Goa. The lighting, the graphic, the music, the sound, the setup. And I will complain about one thing. It was
very professional, though. It looked really professional, though, with the setup and the sound stage and everything.
Joanne, it was like being in any big city. I could have been in London, in New York, in any of these places.
Like Lollapalooza last year for
dude.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was massive. Great graphics, the laser lights, the graphics behind the screen, the sound, the audio, the quality of the sound. They had a mixing stage in the middle. They could hear that it was really good, dude. The only complaint I have, they had brilliant foods. It should have been better organized internally because there were so many people. It was very hard to get around.
You mean a round of drinks?
Dude, you've got a bunch of Goans, and when Goans like to party, they like to drink. And the first thing I wanted to do when I got in there was buy a drink. It was so hard to go to the coupon stand and then get a drink. It was totally disorganized. That's my only, I won't say complaint, it's a constructive criticism. They had some really good smelling, delicious food, but you couldn't get to any of the stalls.
Well, when you could get to the stalls, I think it was the bars, because there was one bar on each side, and I think maybe that's why it just got a little bit crowded and it wasn't necessarily spread out a little bit. I think that's maybe what you're alluding to.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was packed, and people were having a great time. We had a great time. This is what me videotaping the stage, mate. That is on any level of world-class audio, video, graphics. You could. 7 Notes killed it, dude. By the way, and the bands before them.
Altitude as well. Altitude.
What was the other one? 100 points. That was my only complaint, Joy. If you wanted to get a drink, it was like, you know, the typical horrible Indian mentality with people reaching over you with coupons and smelly armpits. And anyway, the fact of the matter remains, it was a great show. And the one thing that I would suggest is organizing the seating arrangements, have different sections, and you have a walkway where people can come north, south, east, west. You can get to the coupon booth maybe at the beginning, at the entrance, but you can get drinks because people would have drunk a hell of a lot more. You'd have made a lot more on alcohol sales.
Correct.
Have multiple bars. Baba, you know how I'm going to we get really thirsty, you know what I'm saying? With all the dancing and all the partying, I would have loved to have easier access to alcohol. The food stand's great. They had some lovely top name branded restaurants, and the food was great. It was awesome all around.
Yeah, and
Excellent.
the other band that was on was also the Imperial. There was the Imperial.
We might have missed them. We didn't.
Altitude and seven notes. I think we got in towards the end of the Imperial, but they sounded really good.
Who did you? Who ended up winning then?
Well, I was just trying to.
Winning what?
You don't win
Float?
it on the eve on the day. What they do is they'll take away your judging sheet, and you have to sign it on each page to say these are the what is it? Marks.
We give them marks. We give them points, right?
And there was like various marks. So in terms of, did you take a photograph of what the marks were for?
No, I didn't.
Because it was like for colour, for interacting with the crowd, for originality, like colour of costume, originality, interacting with crowd, also the music and stuff like that. So they were going to be judging or counting up the results and announcing it.
We didn't get to get any of that, did we?
No, I Googled it there and it was in Konkani. They were announcing it.
Anyway, overall, brilliant experience. All of you 20 councillors. We met a bunch of councillors. I met Shashank. I sat next to Joshua, and he's a lovely guy, dude. I've known Joshua for many, many, many years, but what he wants and his views and what he's trying to do for Mapusa is impressive, down to earth.
I was just about to say that. Everyone's really down to earth. That's what I really like.
Councillor,
Everyone
Shashank came over.
Yeah, and I sat next to a lady called Harmal as well, and she was helpful and friendly in pointing out different floats as they were coming along and stuff like that.
As you'd expect, Joanne, these are leaders in the community. These are the people that are head of their different 20 district areas in Mapusa, right? So kudos to y'all. Y'all did a great job. Pat yourselves on the back, and I cannot wait. I will definitely be there next year. I don't know what the results are.
Thank you all very much.
Yes, and by the way, thank you. A million thank yous to you guys for putting on a great show and inviting us. We're going to get into topics, guys. We on the show have our individual views and opinions. And before we get into anything contentious, good, bad, or ugly, these are our views and not necessarily the views of the show. You're more than welcome to call us and tell us what you think. We'd love to hear from you. But without further ado, what are we going to jump into, Mr. Britto?
So it's been a very tumultuous week for Goa.
There
Seems to be a lot of protests and, dare I say, mini uprisings against projects that are being, being promoted by the government.
Okay.
Now, that also has to do with the land conversions. So there's been a lot of protests. We saw last week it was about the casinos. This week it was about in a place called Mirabag, wherein people are protesting against a project that's coming up there on the Zuari River, which they say will cause environmental damage. So yeah,
this is a weekly kind of thing, though. This happens all the time. And can I tell you, in Goa, in India, the largest democracy, or one of the largest democracies in the world, it's nice that the people's voices actually get heard and they win. Unity Mall was a very good example of how people can come together, and you've got the right people and the right amount of people, and the administrators are listening, and they have to listen. I was really bummed out about those people, about these casinos. We don't need any more goddamn casinos. 1 or 2 is more than we need. We don't need 6 and 7 and larger boats coming in. So that's my opinion, but that's only my opinion. Those people got dragged out, and Valmiki and all these guys had a problem with that. I hope they come to their senses. I heard Justice Rebello got involved in that.
But that's basically on the casino. But I was just going to say, before you move on from this is like the 14th day of the protest against
Mirabag?
Against this project.
Do you know what it's about, Joe?
So it's like it's essentially some kind of barrage, I believe. Like it's supposed to be something to do with like water supply, but essentially 50 houses could potentially be knocked down to make way for this as well. So the villagers are essentially saying, look, we don't want it. This is, they're kind of alleging that it's actually, friends of the government that are going to benefit from this, and they're going to lose houses, they're going to lose land. Which is a real shame.
It's a shame. But at the end of the day, I hope your administrators, your officials, your government officials, and your local politicians, that's why you vote them in power. If enough people make a noise and make their voices heard, you can change the system.
This is a sit-in. This is like
it's a sit-in.
14 days worth of a sit-in.
I don't know enough about it, but I genuinely hope that these people get their voices heard, and the right things prevail. You don't need, if it's something that the majority of people don't want, it shouldn't happen.
Oh, actually saying 500 homes, actually, in fact, not 50, 500 homes could be lost. And also the ecology of the River Zuari could be affected massively.
Wow.
I don't understand when, people don't want it. Why is it being forced down the throats of the different villagers or the different Goans living in different parts of the state?
Why do they want it? Why don't they want it? The point is that, Ajoy, there has to be enough justification for or against it, Baba.
See, Merv, if it only hurts you, would you realize the plight of a common man? Why should a poor man give up his house, give up his land, so that you could get water in your house?
Yeah.
That is absolutely unfair.
Yeah, but you're making it sound very one-sided. I don't know both sides.
I'm not talking about one side. I'm just talking about logic.
In general.
In general speaking, if you want water delivered in Panjim, if I want 24 hours water, I should be rejuvenating lakes or places or doing water conservation in Panjim.
Yeah.
Why should I create a pumping station, water pumping station, a dam area where people have been staying there for centuries, for generations? They have to move out. Their houses have to be demolished, so water can be stored there and pumped to my house. It doesn't work. It is wrong. That's a wrong way of development. It is an unfair way of development.
But that's why you need smart officials, senior officials that are experts in their fields to come and weigh in and see whether it's required or not.
You know how much this is going to cost, though?
What's that?
You know how much this is going to cost?
No.
400 crore.
Okay. There's budgets for this. No, but Joanne, I'm saying to you, we're the lay people. We have our own opinions. The people in the area will have their own opinions. They're going to be pro and con. There's going to be people for and against it. The point I'm trying to make is I don't ever want to do something that benefits me and detracts from all my neighbors, obviously, but it's got to be well studied and understood. And if enough people want it, the majority should win. And if enough people don't want it, it shouldn't happen. The majority again should win. But we are putting the faith in our government officials to make sure that they make the right call based upon the majorities.
But the Goa government is saying that they're going to give a PowerPoint presentation next week to the local people so that they can understand the merits of the project.
So shouldn't that have been done before?
Yeah, of course.
Right? You should basically bring people into confidence. Don't keep them in the dark. They should not be waking up one day and hearing that, oh, there's going to be a project happening on our doorstep. You should explain to them the benefits of the project like this and why it will not affect the environment. These studies should be in public.
Mr. Britto,
yeah.
I've always said to you, you measure 50 times and cut once.
Yes.
Do you really think communication is a strong point of any of our government officials?
Definitely not.
So, yes, you're stating the obvious. I agree with you 100%, my brother. I say to you that these things should be made public in advance before you put 1 rupee, like the Unity Mall. They spent 25 or whatever the big number was.
Exactly.
Before. So there's a fundamental flaw in the way you operate. Fix it.
Yes.
One of my biggest pet peeves in my office is when people mumble. I know somebody, his name is Kirsten. I won't tell you his surname. He speaks like this all the time. He talks to and that's not the way to communicate. Our government officials. Sorry, Kirsten, I'm throwing you under the bus. I love you, brother. You hung out with me at the carnival. You videotaped us, and you were great.
He kept a distance.
He kept a distance from me. No, the fact of the matter remains, communication's never been a strong point of our government. If you're going to have some big functions, advertise them. If you're going to be the media department of the government, advertise them. If you're going to do a project, advertise. If you're going to buy a house, you got to advertise in a paper. Why aren't they making their views and opinions and what's going to happen, the plans official? Let people know what's going to happen, and then you move forward and go ahead, or you don't go ahead based on what you're planning and what you've Gram Sabha meetings. There's a whole reason people have Gram Sabha meetings, right?
And case in point could be Mopa, because I think the people wanted they gave their lands on the most part to the government to build Mopa Airport.
You have to be compensated accordingly. People are losing property, 2, 3, 4 meters of their property when they're expanding roads.
Yes.
They should be compensated. But can I say this, and I'm going to be very controversial saying this, and I don't want to piss anybody off, but at the end of the day, it's usually the officials that know way before everybody else what's going to happen. What's being developed, what's going to happen, what's going to be famous, what's going to be popular, and they invest in property. It's happened many times. We're not idiots, guys. But it's the government's role, responsibility to make these projects in a localized area, public knowledge, and let the local politician get the views and make sure that the knowledgeable people study and make sure that these findings are going to be good, bad, ugly, whatever. Let the people decide. That's what the democracy is all about. Land conversions, I don't care. Mormugao residents call immediate halt to coal handling. I saw something, by the way, on social media about coal.
Yeah.
They want to start transporting coal again. Why? Is it benefiting Goa? Are we going to get some huge amounts of revenue? Are we going to make like the Middle Eastern countries that make a hell of a lot of money on oil? Is there a reason you're trying to bring back coal and iron ore and all these? It's not iron ore. It's only coal mining.
It's basically transporting it through Goa, though, isn't it?
Mormugao.
Yeah.
But here again,
it's creating a lot, exacerbating people's allergies and all the dust pollution and everything like that.
And who does it benefit?
Well, it doesn't benefit the local people.
Ajoy, you just said it. You hit the nail upon the head, my brother. You just said it a couple of minutes ago about how if something is not good and the majority of people don't want it, it shouldn't be at the expense of a couple of things: people's health,
yes,
the locals' benefits, the locals' whatever assets. Why is this? Why are we talking about Mormugao residents call immediate halt to coal? Why is coal even considered? Because it's such a filthy natural resource, right?
See, the thing is, Merv, actually, if you go and you talk to anybody who stays in Mormugao or Vasco, if you have anybody there, they will always tell you that at the end of the day, their floors are covered with this coal dust. It's black. If you put your hand on the floor, and you'll actually get a soot on your hand, and that's just on the floor. Imagine what's going into your lungs on a day-to-day basis, right? It's like, why are Delhi guys escaping Delhi? Because of what they're breathing there. They're coming to Goa, right? So again, I understand it's a dirty form of energy, FYI, coal. I think it's also a cheap form of energy as well, right? But even if you're going to be forced to use it as a developing nation, you should take precautions in terms of ensuring that its transportation is done as per internationally accepted standards. You ensure that if you're transferring it by truck or by train, it should be covered. You should have these basic things in place. Why is it so difficult for somebody to understand this simple logic? I've seen videos where in China, they transport coal. Before that, they have these automatic machines where these trucks go under the machines and there's water that's dispersed into the containers. One is because it prevents dust from escaping from the containers. And number two, apparently, if it gets too hot, coal can self-ignite. So my point is, these simple things, why can't we do that?
Ajoy, that's a joke. I mean, that's asking Merv why his hair doesn't grow back. He's a bald, shiny-headed guy, and that's not going to happen. That's something that's been like this, and that's the way it is, right? If you had people following the rules and enforcing rules, and you had what are the departments in the UK that safety,
health and safety,
right? There'd be a hell of a lot of changes that you'd have to make here in Goa, right?
Yeah.
These poor guys in Mormugao are forced in that area, Vasco and all, are forced to breathe this, right? Yeah. You're talking about self-igniting coal because of heat. There are certain stipulations and rules and regulations you have to follow to be able to transport hazardous materials. They're not followed. Yeah. When you're building bridges, pieces of the gosh darn bridge and heavy metals are falling from the sky while they're doing, because there's no enforcement of rules and regulations and penalties and fines, right? So a few people benefit from something like this, but you don't have the rules and why is there so much dust on the roads and in our gutters, on the side of the roads, on the sidewalks around construction sites? That's not supposed to be the case.
No.
If you got a construction site, you got to clean that goddamn thing every day, daily, right? You shovel up the excess mud that comes out on the wheels and tires of trucks, lorries, and coming in and out of your property. You shouldn't spread it all over muck and chikkal and tar and all. That has to be cleaned up, but it's not being done. It's not being enforced. Your local officials need to do that. And so with the coal mining, if you can do what you need to do and do it under the guise, under the laws, under the rules, under the regulations of and have it enforced, nothing wrong with it, but they're not doing it. And that's why the residents are up in arms.
And I asked myself the question, why push the contractors or the people who run these projects to have these precautions, because I think it eats into the profit maybe just a little bit. But these guys are so selfish that they were going to compromise the entire population because they can't implement just simple safety standards. What is wrong with this? Why can't we make these? Why can't we do these things for each other? I'm just asking the simple question.
Can I just say one thing? Majority rules. And that's the way it should be.
Yeah, but the point is, the problem
Democracy,
is...
sorry.
Yeah, but the problem is when it's affecting you and your own backyard, that's like the really terrible thing, because they're saying it's causing pollution along the entire railway track, and they're claiming that this is actually low-quality coal.
Yes.
And it's
It doesn't
being
make a difference. It's
transported.
affecting people, Joe.
Yeah, but they're saying there's also foul odours and like people are suffering nausea and all of that kind of stuff, and it's being transported to the steel plants down in Karnataka. And they're sort of saying, why can't they send it through other ports? Why does it have to come through here?
Well, enough if you make a noise, and it won't. It will. It'll go to another port. But then those people will have to make a noise to kick it the hell not in my backyard, kind of thing.
And bear in mind, there is a lot of controversy regarding coal is apparently run by Adani, right? The big conglomerate.
I've heard those rumors.
Right? So the rumors, I'm not sure about this, but the rumors are he's very heavily invested in coal. And we are going to go down that track so that he can make his profits. That should not be the case. It should be a win-win situation for everybody.
Baba,
in that chain, right?
Do we come back to conspiracy theories? It's the truth. I know I've heard the sentiment about Adani being heavily invested in coal, and he wants India to be a port to be able to get the coal to all his plants in the southeast of it. Anyway, I don't know enough about it. The point I'm trying to make is enough of the locals get together and make a noise like they did for the people at Unity Mall. Can I give them a round of applause? Will they hear this? Can they hear it, Willie?
Yeah, they can hear it now.
Thumbs up.
Tuning in, they will.
Well, you guys stood up for this, right? And you got the Unity Mall project canceled, moved, whatever, delayed, moved into another place, or you've got people's attention, right? And I hope the people of Vasco and all these people, Mormugao, the port of Mormugao, can you imagine Carnival, all the cruise lines coming in there, and you got filthy black buildings that are covered in coal dust.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a gosh, come to Goa, mate. All our buildings are gray.
I kid you not, when you travel from Panjim at any time of the day, even during the 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you travel from Panjim to Porurium or vice versa over the Mandovi. There was a time you could see right to the horizon. Even today, now you can't see the horizon. It's become so. You can see the pollution.
Are you saying
Very
it's coal?
hazy. It's very
Are you saying it's
hazy.
coal or pollution?
I'm saying coal is one of the
Pollutants.
the factors, but the construction, so many things now are happening to Goa that is causing these things that we've never seen in our lifetime. And I would hate to see it in my lifetime. Honestly, I hope that I'm not around to see that, because I would hate to see Goa turn into Delhi or Mumbai.
Listen to the martyr. I hope I don't see it in my lifetime. Mate, you ain't going anywhere anytime soon, Mr. Ajoy Barreto. Only the good die young. You'll put me in my grave.
I don't think that's possible when it comes to you, my friend.
Hey, listen, I don't agree with things that are going to adversely affect the environment. I love this place, and we talk about this every week. The reason we do the show is because we are so passionate about going. It's not to incite and to get the rabble rouse, but it's very important to us to make our views and opinions known and have people out their way. And I've met so many people these last few days and weeks that are so kind and have said such lovely things about them. That's why we do the show. This is our only way. We can't take ads in the newspaper or on the radio. This is the only way we can make our views and opinions heard and shared. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Merv Britto Show, and we love to hear from you. We're going to keep on talking about different topics, yes? What is next on the radar, so to speak, in the distance?
Just a side note, the awareness, program happened in Panjim on the casino.
What for?
On the casino issue. And, Justice Rebello has thrown his full weight behind it.
Okay, you lost me,
You
Baba.
mean protesting against it?
What?
Yes.
Protesting against-
So
what are we talking about?
I think
Anti-casino.
The anti-casino, the new casino that's going to come to Mandovi River. Apparently, it's 6 times the size of any of the biggest casinos that we have today.
Why?
2,000 capacity
Yes.
casino
Why?
ship it.
Can I ask you why? Are there not enough casinos? And here again, I love to gamble. I'm not anti-casino. I love to gamble. I went to Atlantic City many times. I've been to the Delta many times. Disclaimer. I love the casino. But why do you need 6 or 7 or a bigger ship than you already have? If you're going to be the only place in India where you can have quote unquote legal gambling offshore, why not have one massive boat? So you actually monitor and maintain one massive boat in our river, in our Mandovi, so you minimize the pollution, right? Why do you need 7
Yeah,
or
but
8?
you're minimizing profits from different
Yeah,
organizations.
but it's not about the profits. You want to operate a casino, great.
But you know how it works. Obviously, they're optimizing the profits across different businesses.
Yeah, but that's the point, right? Is that revenue actually trickling down to the public? Are you fixing roads and bridges and waterways and health? Do the actual tourist police, or do we have a tourist police department? I'm talking about the river, the waterway police have enough budget funding to be able to patrol the river. They don't even have that. They got limited budget. When's the last time you saw the riverboat police patrolling for any drug smuggling or pollution or anything like that? You've got a 7-story boat that's coming in. Where's the revenue from all the other casino boats that have been parked on the water?
So
where's that revenue gone, Ajoy?
I know
in your
revenue.
pocket?
Definitely not in my pocket.
Sure, yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be gambling every day, my friend.
Empty your okay. No, it blows my mind, dude. It blows my mind that you need another bigger casino. Why? Justice Rebello, you're absolutely right. All of you guys in Panjim are absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. Why do you, okay, you got 1, maybe 2, you got 3, or 1 massive one, or 2 1. Why do you need so many to clog your whole river up with casinos? Is that what Goa's famous for? Is that what makes Goa special?
So, based on what I read about the awareness campaign, there was many important facts that were thrown at the public there, and it was well attended, by the way. One is apparently now as per the contract. Now I'm not sure about this. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but as per the contract, the casinos are allowed to give about 800 kgs. Let's call it 1,000 kgs of garbage per week, per month, if I remember correctly. They are generating more than 13 tons and on paper they're allowed to do that much, right?
Wow.
Number 2, apparently there is a court case that's still happening right now as we speak as to what is an offshore casino, because it has not been defined, and as a result, according to the experts at the campaign for the anti-casino campaign, they were saying that offshore definition is it has to be outside 12 nautical miles from Goa.
But why is it allowed to happen then if it's illegal, right?
That's the thing.
Why is it happening if it's in the river or on the river, and technically it's offshore because you've got to take a boat to get to it? I understand. But offshore should actually mean nautical miles, and it's not. But if that's the case and it's illegal, why are they still operating? They're still plying, right? Sorry, let me ask you one more question. I don't care about the garbage. The garbage is a major issue. They're going to have to pay for to recycle and properly. No, they're not throwing it in the water. They're hauling it away. Whether you make 1 ton or 13 tons.
No, but no, you're not missing a crucial point now.
Sorry.
Apparently, a lot of these campaigners, anti-casino campaigners, have gone to the CCP, who's in charge of collecting garbage and processing it in Panjim.
Okay.
The CCP has told these guys that we have nothing to do with the casinos, so do not approach us for permissions, etc. And the question is, if you have nothing to do with casinos, then why are you collecting the garbage?
But that's a question that the officials need to ask.
Yes, that's the question they're asking.
You're from Panjim, right? Your Panjim officials need to ask that question. If you're saying we have nothing to do with the casino garbage, why are you taking it?
Exactly.
But I don't think that's a big enough point. That's a strong enough point. I couldn't care less. As long as it's not being thrown into the river and they're paying their share to haul away 13 tons. Stop. Let me finish this, yeah?
Yes.
I'm saying to you, Baba, we've always, as Indians, as humans, as Indians, as Goans, always been able to circumvent the system, to work around the system. Technically, it's not on land, it's offshore. What's the actual definition of offshore? Is it nautical miles? So we're breaking the rules as it is, but if we're breaking the rules, you mean to tell me we don't have one smart advocate out there that can take it to court and stop what's happening, which is completely wrong? It is not what the majority of Goans want, right? But why is it being allowed to happen?
See, democracy in India is gamed. It's gamed. It's already been gamed to suit a certain, let's say somebody's pockets, right?
Yeah, but mate.
So if somebody really wanted to close that loophole about offshore, the definition of offshore, they would have bloody made the definition of offshore by now. Obviously, it's been kept, open-ended, and there's no definition applied, so that you can do these things, get casinos into the river, etc. We all know the game. We know how it plays. It works out for the common man.
Ajoy, I'm not against casinos on the river, but I'm against the number of larger or bigger and bigger and bigger ships coming in, right? What's wrong with having one massive casino on the water, one floating casino, and you can scrutinize and monitor and maintain and make sure they're not breaking any rules? One's enough. We've got 7, and now you want to put a bigger one? So that's that. I'm happy. I'll go to the casino. I'll go, and I love. That's my stupidity where I'm willing to waste my money and gamble, right?
Yep.
But I don't agree with that number or that many. And the most important thing is 2 important things. Are you breaking the rule by your quote unquote definition of offshore, whether it's nautical miles or it can be on the river? Number 1. Number 2 is, let them pay their share. Where is the revenue, the taxation that you're generating from these casinos? Why is it that not being scrutinized? You should be able to generate crores for our locals, for our local
thousands of crores.
Shall I just tell you then, based on what Shashank was saying about when you're going for election, you have to say, judge me on what I've done. The casino should be telling people what they've given back to the state, what they've paid in taxes, what initiatives they've taken, how they're giving, they're doing good works in the community, and how many people they're employing. All of that kind of stuff. They should be promoting that, like PRing it in some way.
There's 2 sides to that, Joe, and you're absolutely right. They've got to sell their trade. They got to lobby their trade to make sure they're allowed to exist.
Yeah.
Why are you not having the government disclose the finances, what's being collected by the casinos? So the casinos have to they've got to match. What I've paid in taxes should match what the government's collected in taxes, and we need to know where that money's been spent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's checks and balances, no?
But
on a ledger, there's debits and credits. The casino has to promote themselves and why it's such a great industry, and we're following the rules, and we're not polluting the river, and we're disposing of our garbage, and we're hiring people from local, not people from outside, but we're employing local goings, and all the positives of why the casino should be allowed to apply to their trade.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, the flip side of that coin is the government should have to declare, and they should be scrutinized as to what the casinos paid and what was recovered. Where's the money? Is there a discrepancy? There should be a 0-0 balance on that ledger, right?
Yeah.
But to end, I will say
why is that not the case?
I'll end by saying, Merv, that I have a big problem that Goa is being made the vice capital for India, for all the playground for vice.
In what way? Casinos?
Casinos. Why is
casinos a vice and a vice capital base?
Then why is it technically gambling is not allowed in India. Matka is not allowed.
And it still happens?
Is not.
But does it happen?
Because that's a big thing. Then legalize it throughout India. Why should it only be in Goa so that everybody can come and we have to deal with all the trappings and the illegality that goes with the casino, from money laundering to prostitution to drugs. Trust me, Mo. These things happen.
Let's not open up this can. I agree with you 100%. Put a casino in flipping Gujarat.
They won't do it.
Put a casino in Gujarat.
They won't do it.
But I don't want them. It's like. Listen. I'm happy that there's a casino draws people here. Not necessarily the kind of people that you want that come to spend the money in Goa, that love Goa. That they're just people that want to come and gamble on a boat. I'm a gambler, right? But one boat's enough.
You're making it sound like you're a prolific gambler there.
I'm not. I haven't been to the casino in years. The fact of the matter, no. I'm not sitting and preaching from a pulpit.
I know.
As a non-gambler, non-drinker, a tree hugger. Bullshit. I'm the biggest devil going, and I'll make that crystal clear. I've been to the casino many times. I'm not against casinos. Malaysia had Genting Highlands. America's Las Vegas and Atlantic City. It has to be governed. You have to have the benefits of having a vice like that in India. Why don't you stop matka? Why don't you stop booze shops?
It is stopped.
Matka?
In Goa,
can I show you 10 matka shops from where I live?
It's illegal on paper, but my point is, make it legal. If you have casinos that are legal, why can't you have matka legal?
Okay, I agree with you. And not just legalize it, but just generate the revenue, but use the revenue, declare the revenue. But just because you have a casino doesn't make you a vice or bad state. It's a bad place. And you got hookers and alcohol. You've already got the hookers and alcohol here. I'm not saying you've got prostitutes. I'm just saying you've got the alcohol consumption in Goa. That doesn't make it a bad place. Casinos doesn't make it a bad place. But you've got to be able to monitor. You've got to be able to govern and maximize. Why do you need another boat?
Well,
Instead of having 7 small, get 1 big or 2 big, and you're done.
yeah, but also not just about the boats, because as you said, there's 6 boats already, but there's also 16 onshore casinos.
There you
which
go.
Obviously, they're
But that's a joke. That's a joke also. No?
but they're
That's
the
not
ones
live.
that are, the non-live ones. But I was just checking, Ajoy,
still
what
gambling,
you're saying
no?
about that 12 nautical miles. It says Indian territorial waters end at 12 nautical miles, and so they're saying that they should be taken out that 12 nautical miles so that it is truly offshore.
Yeah, but Joanne, if you're, we do it all the time, mate. We push the boundaries.
I know.
We push the boundaries. Willie's asleep. We push the boundaries.
He's
Willie's
been
asleep.
walking.
He's been walking from where to where? I don't know, from Chimbel to flipping. Where do you walk from, Willie? Tell me, mate.
It was from Goa Vella petrol pump all the way to Sakwale.
Wow.
What time did you start this morning?
Amazing.
2:30.
And you finished?
We reached at around 4:45.
2:30 to 4:45. That's not that bad, yeah? 4:45, then you had mass.
There was a holy hour at 5 and then mass at 6.
Is that why you're falling asleep? I'm just saying to you, we're talking about casinos. Casinos doesn't make a place bad.
That's not boring him, is it?
It is putting him to sleep. Willie's a goodie. Any nice chicks on the walk? Yeah, and you spoke a scope
His
at any.
fiance must have been on the walk.
Excuse me.
Did you take your fiancé with
It's
you?
a religious event. We'll talk about it later.
I know. Willie, did your fiance come along with you?
Yes.
And mom?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What's your excuse, Merv?
He was snoring away.
No, I was not. Okay,
Really?
so back to this casino thing, dude. Let's not harp on it. I think that you can turn something. You don't have it anywhere in India. You don't have it in Gujarat. Why? But if you are going to have it and you're going to have people allow it happen here, why not collect the revenue and use the revenue? Make sure the revenue is being properly declared, a ledger, so you know what was collected, what the casinos paid, what was collected, and it's being put to good use. You don't need so many boats.
But Merv,
You've got Matka already. You've got alcohol shops everywhere. That doesn't make Goa a bad place.
I'll say this again.
Last thing, come on, talk.
People had voted, I believe, when they voted for Manohar Parkar, was on the strength of his promise to remove the casinos, and he was voted, and they were let down. Okay, these are facts. I'm not trying.
not
I'm not.
fact.
These are facts.
Manohar Parika was supposed to get rid of the casinos.
He campaigned on getting rid of the casinos, and in fact, after he won, the only thing that he did was made a mention that as a policy they will remove the casinos from the river. So why has it not been removed? That is number one, right? So again, it comes back to the topic about people don't want it, and they're not being listened to.
Can I ask you one simple question? As a democracy, when we started this conversation at the beginning of the show, talking about all these projects that have either won or lost because of all these bad things that are happening, land conversions and all. We talked about blockchain last week and how they got to minimize the scams and all the bad things that happen using technology and moving to the 21st century. Can I just say this? Enough people in Goa don't want these casinos on the river. Why do they still exist?
Exactly.
So
That's a good question.
Something doesn't add up. Something smells fishy.
It was not just the Panchamites. We'll quickly finish this. Even people from Reshmagos, the local fishermen over there, were highlighting the fact that if you go to the Panjam market or Malam Jetty to get tisio, you cannot get tisio. Why? Because they're all polluted. They've got apparently the biggest indicator of pollutants in water is your shellfish.
Yes, it's
And if they get poisonous,
Non-existent.
Yeah.
Shellfish in the Mandovi River is non-existent.
it's non-existent. Why? It's existent, but they don't sell it because it's poisonous because of the pollutants in the water.
Yeah, they're the filters of the water. They're the lungs of your water.
So again, it is affecting not only just the local people on that river, the fishermen, and the people who live along that river, but it affects you and me.
Ajoy,
It can kill us.
I'm on the same side as you, my friend. And before the casinos with the barges plying the river with dumping their fuel, burning their fuel, their garbage and all. So there's a lot of factors that we need to consider. At the end of the day, I'm just saying to you, this is a place that is famous for the hospitality, the warmth, the food, the beaches, the historic sites. It's not a place to come and gamble.
The beauty, the ecology, sustainability, that should be the focus.
Down the That's all down the
That's the
poop
thing.
shooter, man.
Listen, you have these concepts. I can quickly. There's so much. No. Okay. Next time then.
Oh,
Sorry,
let
Ajay.
him
Sorry, Baba. I love you. Sorry.
I remember when my mom traveled to Germany.
Your mom?
Yeah. We had a friend who says, who was staying in Goa, moved back to Germany, invited mom there. She had gone to a lake somewhere in Bavaria, right? Am I right, Joanne? I don't know what's the name of the lake, but apparently on that lake, there cannot be a motor used on that lake. So you can
go.
Yeah. Why?
There you go.
Because they want to maintain the crystal clearness of that water. And if you go, it's only by rowboat. If you go on that lake, you can see right down to the bottom of the lake because it's so clear.
But
so
Ajay,
pollutant free.
They've got people with brains that can enforce the law, make the rules, but enforce them. We don't have those people here, my friend. Why is this being allowed to continue? If you know it's illegal, why is it still being allowed to continue? Number one, why are mudka shops where you can go and play mudka? I know I pass them all day long, every day around here locally. The little dive hole in the walls where you can go and gamble, right? I know they're there. The police know they're there. But many people are getting a kickback and people are making their money and their lobby is strong and people are getting paid throughout the chain, and that's why they're still happening. You don't think that the casinos make more than the mudka places? They make crores more, right?
Oh, so-
So you can imagine how strong that lobby is. But I'm going to end. That's it. No more. We're not going to discuss this anymore right now today. I'm just going to say one last thing. If enough of our going voters voted that they don't want casinos or they don't want this number of casinos, then the people that are in power should be thrown out because enough people don't want that. And if that's what you stand for, and that's what you've allowed in this last elected term, you should be thrown out on your ear.
I hope you're listening, people.
This is the Merv Britto Show. Ladies and gentlemen, these topics are contentious, and we're talking about them because they need to be spoken about, and more people need to be made aware. By the way, I got to tell you, we had so many people contact or get in touch with me and comment on our Mapusa reel. And I love my Mapusa. I swear to God, I don't want Mapusa to be the stepchild to Panjim. People were so happy that we actually mentioned this. And you know, the one consensus, the one commonality was, well, why is it still the same way that it is? And that's why we're bringing these topics to light. Okay, let's move along. What are we talking about next? What do you want to talk about?
You can talk about apparently a sex racket that was busted in.
Lord, I
come
thought we
on,
were talking
Ajay.
about
No.
noise pollution.
No, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't
Okay,
talk about sex.
then noise pollution it is then. That's
No, I'm not doing that either.
Okay.
okay.
Can we
Then
talk about cyber fraud or journalists threatened by the BJP ZP member?
let's talk about cyber fraud then.
Done. Talk
All
about
right,
it.
let's go for it.
But I don't want it to be long because this thing we're running behind, baby.
All right.
Cyber fraud.
Okay. So
Joanne, that's your
apparently cyber fraud saw a 24% spike in 2025. So Indians lost 22,495 crore.
Indians.
Yes, last year, and it was mainly due to investment scams. So cybercrime is on the rise.
Can I tell you something, Joanne? And I'm generalizing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Merv Britto's view. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. There's no reason. People are getting screwed all around the world. It's not just in India. 22,000 crores is a lot of money. Excuse me. But if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. As my mom and dad always said, can I tell you why people have lost 22,000 crore?
Why?
Because they're effing greedy.
Okay.
And when you try and make a quick buck and do something to get get rich quick schemes, you're going to get screwed. So it's scary that it's that large an amount. And we've got a cyber thing department in Ribeiro. And that guy's he's a rock star, by the way. I don't know who's that. What's a big cop called here? SYDYSP SB?
SP.
I should call Shantaram and not Shantaram. But Shantaram's a big fan of his. This is a young guy. He's the top dog at the cybercrime unit in Ribeiro. And he met us because as an internet company, as an ISP, we had to go and chastise one of these people that were misusing our network. Shubham's house. So he took him. He took us there with carte blanche and said, if he's breaking the rules, I want to be making an example of him. And he was like, really, like, get down and dirty, mate. Don't mess around. He's a good guy. Don't know his name. But cyber fraud is happening around the world. If you're stupid enough to try and get greedy and make money fast, that's what's going to happen to you. And I wish the government had smart enough people to try and limit the detriment of getting ripped off.
Yeah.
You know, the Swachh Bharat, these applications and all that Dr. Pramod Sawant has, where you can actually report all the stuff. It should be working now. And why are so many people getting screwed?
It should be. I mean, basically, the amount of money lost was marginally down from 2024. Because that was 22,845 crore. But the number of cases is actually going up. So over 28 lakh cases in 2025.
60% of cybercrime cases over the past 5 years in Goa have gone undetected. That's scary, dude.
It's very scary.
It's primarily these fraud calls that we all receive. I'm sure you all have received it. But just a rule of thumb for our viewers is if they ask you to pay something upfront so that you can get a big return, don't go for it. That is a scam.
No.
You mean to tell me you're telling me? Have you ever seen that movie? What's that movie in UP or whatever? Something Jharkhand.
Oh yeah, that was on Netflix. We watched that.
What's that? Where these guys are like born?
Where they're ringing you as
they're calling these telephone calls where they scam you. If you're dumb enough to give somebody your bank details, and you know what? Actually, I got to say this. What really breaks my heart is a lot of the old people that fall for it.
Exactly. But Merv, you cannot blame people. I'll tell you why. Because it's become very sophisticated. For example, they know your name. Obviously, they know your number. They know your address, right? And now they're using AI technology to mimic voices.
Dude.
Right?
Dude.
They mimic your loved one calling you saying, I'm in distress. I've had an accident. Send me money.
Can I just say one thing? I'll just stop you right there. And I agree with you. Listen, I'm making it sound more easy than it is. It's very difficult. And with technology, it makes it harder. Can I make one simple suggestion to anybody listening? If you do not want to get ripped off, you have them send everything to you in writing before you give away any personal details. Everybody that calls me and wants this, that, and the other, and they want my details, you send me a message with the details, and I'll decide who I'm going to send my details to.
I've got a fantastic idea, Merv.
What's that?
Fantastic idea.
Throw your phone out the window.
No.
Hit Willie on the head with your phone.
If any of our viewers has problems with somebody trying to rip you off, keep the rows going. Give us the number and we'll take over from there and we'll deal with that guy all live on this show. I promise you.
I love that, dude. If somebody's trying to get who's trying to screw them, give me the number.
Yeah, give us
Send
the number.
Me the number.
We will have some fun at his expense and we'll make up for all the torture that you've been put through.
I'm going to talk like Kirsten, yeah? I will kill this man. Kirsten, are you asleep? Are you listening? You're fixing your hair, you freaking... How do you talk? Say it, dude. I will take this telephone number. How you say? Speaking like Habibi. Come on, man.
Please send me your telephone number and I will play around with whoever is harassing.
You'll have to get a Dubai ticket first.
Play around with your number.
Take your mic away from him. Neil Ribeiro. Huh?
Neil Ribeiro. That's my
Neil
cousin.
Ribeiro's put his hand up.
Not Neil Ribeiro,
Oh,
though.
was it Neil? Oh my God. That made me laugh, dude. I love how his accent changes to Arabic. I will play around with you. Sorry.
Neil wants to say something.
Yeah, Neil. Sorry, Neil Rodriguez.
No, so even if they send you, they'll send it from your loved one's number only.
Bollock.
Yeah.
From your loved one's number.
Yeah. There have been MLAs who have been...
A lot of this screen mimicking.
Are you serious?
MLAs have sent their workers, can you send me this, I need urgently, and...
But then also, a lot of times, if they're even emailing you as well, they can make it sound as if it's coming from the bank, but then they'll change like one or two characters in the email ID, so you think it's an official one. So you have to look out for
But guys, it's a simple rule of
Go on,
thumb, mate.
Neil's got something more to tell you.
Can you talk like? Can you imitate Kirsten? Imitate Kirsten, Neil. Make me laugh again, dude. That was so funny. I will take your number and details and play with your balls. What did he say? No, sorry, that's not what he said. Go on.
So I had got one of these fraud calls saying that they gave me all my details. They had even my bank details, which bank account I have. So I came to know he was a fraud. So I just kept, talking to him. He's telling me, your courier has come from Thailand to India and it is in the customs. He's like, taken all the drugs names there, saying that there was cocaine found, there was weed found.
In your package that you'd never ordered.
No, I have not ordered.
You
So
order condoms and all from Thailand. You get them when you buy them in volume. Sorry. Go on.
I was playing around here. I said, oh, that parcel. No, I had routed it through Somalia. How did it get to Thailand?
No,
and I was
you played
going
along.
around with him.
You should have recorded the call. No.
No. Anyway, I was at work that time. He's like, you know, this is all illegal. Now you'll get fined. I said, okay, how much I have to pay? And all simply, he's like, okay, I'll give you an account. You have to transfer 5 lakhs. And then I told him, अरे भाई साहब, Hindi we were talking. And then, भाई साहब, cocaine थोड़ा रखो ना मेरे लिए. बाकी सब लेके जा.
Are you serious?
Then I told him, Baba, mere mathe pe kya C likha hai? I fired the shit out of him.
Wow. But Neil, you're one of the smarter ones. You're one of the luckier ones. You're more IT savvy. You're a next generation, right? My fear and thank God, I'm not saying thank God, but I don't have any of my parents and grandparents around. Those are the people that actually I worry about, because with the age of technology, you can be scammed. And I'm not saying it's something that you can protect against, but you've got to be smart. Don't ever give your details over the telephone. Don't ever respond to an email and transfer money and do all this BS, because 9 out of 10 times it is a scam. Just give it time. Just ask somebody that you trust. Should I or should I not, before you make a rash decision? Yeah, go on.
Or even if someone is asking you money, you ask them a question that the scammer wouldn't know something personal.
Yeah. If it's a family member. Kirsten, what would you ask him, Kirsten?
Where did we cuddle the first time?
Where did what?
Where did we cuddle the first time?
Where did we cuddle the first time?
So basically, what Neil has said, if Kirsten ever called, if somebody impersonating Kirsten calls him, he's going to ask the trick question: when did we cuddle the last time?
Habibi, you send me your money and then I will come and cuddle you. I will caress your... Nah. It happens, dude. It's going to keep happening. It's happening around the world. And it happens in the US. And listen, mate, technology and IT, you've got departments there that actually care about you, and they will go after these guys. You can't catch everybody. So if you're out there, just be smart about it. If you listen to the Merv Britto Show, you can say thank you to us later. Do not give away your details or send anybody money until you ask somebody you trust. That's the best.
No, but the point is, speak to the person who's asking for the money. If it's
you don't speak to them.
If it's supposed to be a family member, then you call that person.
Yes, no, I'll call you back and ask you.
I'll call you back. I've heard this. I watch these things on the UK TV. So I'll call you back, or I'll call your
number and I'll call you back,
or whoever, so that you know it's another household member that can get hold of them and cut straight through and know that it is a scam.
No scamster is going to give you their number. That's the best way to figure it out. So you're absolutely right.
Absolutely.
You were about to snap at me, weren't you? Were you going to yell at me?
No, I'm
like you normally do, don't you?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact is you'll call the person back who's supposedly asking for the money. If they're saying, oh, it's your daughter needs money, then you call your daughter or call your daughter's husband. You speak
My
to
darling,
them.
Would that not be the most common sense thing to do?
In the heat of the moment when they're panicking will not always do that. That's what happened.
Don't do it. Don't fall for it. Okay, I want to jump into topic number 9.
Which is?
Hey,
journalist.
There you go. What journalist was threatened by what BJP ZP member? I want to know.
Okay, here's what happened.
Volume, Galu.
Yeah.
तू प्रत्येक फावट उलयता झडपी इलेक्शन जाल्यार तूं उलयलो तुका म्हायती आसा कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीची गा तूं कोणी हायर केला हांगा तूं कितें उलयता तें सांबाळून उलय तूं गोंयचो व्हडलो रिपोर्टर आसतलो पूण सावड्ड्या जेन्ना कितें उलयता पळय न्हू नाका आसलें स्पेशली आमची देवाचेर जेन्ना आमी प्रोग्राम करता तेन्ना तूं सांबाळून राव तुजो खुबसो रिकॉर्ड वायट आसा तुजी भायर येयल्या तूं बरो क्लीन बीन काय ना मिडिया म्हणटा ते कोण मनीस आमकां दिसता पेपर म्हणल्यार कोण व्हडलो होगा म्हणून अरे मनीस तूं बरयता तुजे थंय व्हडले व्हडले सगळे भायर काडल्या मरे तूं कोणाच्या खंय कितें फाटीच लागलो तूं व्हडलो हो दाखयला जाला गोंयचो आनी स्पेशली सावड्डे कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी तुजेर लक्ष दिलां तुका कोणें हायर केलं काय कितें रे ताका लागून तुका सांगता मातसो सांबाळून उलय आनी आमच्या धर्माचे जेन्ना आमी प्रोग्रामींग करता तेन्ना तेजेर टिका करनाका सावड्ड्या कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीचेर वायट नजर तुजी दवरनाका तूं गोंय बरें वयले तुका नांव काडला तशें नांव जर उरपा तें तसोच राव तुका म्हाजी शिटकावणी आसा
हे विशीं जेन्ना
Not at a religious festival, dude.
No.
Not at a religious or there's a time and place for everything.
Exactly. And he's claiming that the journalist was asking questions during a religious festival. I don't think so. It was the other way around, looks like it, from at least what we can see. So,
That's right.
and you know what? Hey guys, you know what? I believe in the power of freedom of speech, even to question religion. We should divest, religion, all of these matters from the state. And I think freedom of speech is one of the most powerful tools to keep any country secular.
Correct.
It's a scary thing when you're in India, mate. And there's a lot of people that have asked me questions over many, many years. Is India genuinely, legitimately a secular country? We're going to get into something that I don't want to get into right now, but this guy, whoever he is, he should have more brains as a elected member, should be a little bit smarter, not trying to puff his chest out and bang his chest. If the stupid reporter's asking a question at the wrong time and place at a religious festival, there's a nicer way of telling him, pipe down, mate.
But
Now's not the time or
it was
place.
the Department of Information publicity event.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like a religious event.
No, it's the
Was it
Department
not?
of...
It is a government event.
Yeah.
Oh, so then why is a reporter not allowed to ask anything they want to ask?
The Goa Union
I'm
of
sorry, I thought it
Journalists.
was, yeah.
The Goa Union of Journalists is demanding an apology.
You should have to
They've
apologize.
condemned the CP member.
Who's this dude? This is the guy?
Yes.
What's his name? Put his name out there.
Mohan Goenka.
Goenka.
Mohan Goenka.
He's a BJP Zilla
BJP Zilla Panchayat member, Mohan Gaonkar. Boss, you behave. You need to behave like an elected, reputable, respected member of government. That's not how you speak. And this is the quality of people that you're electing and putting into power. And it's a sad state of affairs because I don't know who he is. And I thought I misunderstood that was a religious festival. But anywhere, anybody's allowed to ask you questions. There's a nice way of telling
And
you.
if you're an elected representative, then it is the right of the media to ask you any question at any time.
And you should be
Or
prepared to
you
answer.
resign from your job. Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's part of your job to be able to answer questions.
Exactly.
No?
You know, Merv, I'll just tell you that. You know what? You go ahead.
I was going to say, Ajo, sorry. I was just going to say to you, we hold, and I love that about Shashank when he came on the show, and he said, you know what, a lot of young people have stopped wanting to be in power or elected officials because they see how poorly the current elected officials behave and how they switch parties and they don't know how to talk, and you're throwing chairs and hats and behaving like children in the assembly. That's a place, a respected place of government. That is a place, hallowed halls, where people have gone before you that acted very regal and behaved themselves, right? When you have this level of elected official behave and speak this way, it speaks volumes about the people in that area that have put them in power.
There's got to be mutual respect.
And I'll tell you one thing. I actually have worked in Goa as a media person, and I can tell you that if this guy has ruffled some feathers, he's doing his job. He's actually doing his job as a journalist. He's done his job right, right? Because
asking the hard questions.
by asking the right questions, and that guy had no answers, so he's threatening the person.
Sorry, I'm going to get off script here. I'm going to ask you this. What happened to that guy who was dragged out of the assembly the other day, a couple of days ago, yesterday? How do you feel about that? If somebody's an elected official, there's a specific way you have to treat and respect an elected official, no matter how they behave. He should get sanctioned by the Speaker of the House or whoever he reports to, right? Police should never be given the authority to drag an elected member. And I'm going on the record. This is my personal opinion. I saw the views. This guy's a tough guy, and he's around wherever he was, and he's fighting for his locality.
Land permissions.
Yeah.
Land permission.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I don't know him well enough. I don't know him at all, actually. But that is no way to treat a government official.
No.
To be dragging him out by the police. The police have no right, no reason, unless he's done something really like committed a crime. But if he misbehaves in the legislature, in the legislative assembly, it is his speaker or the whip or whoever his seniors are. That should be correcting and fixing this problem, not the police dragging him out like this. So this kind of guy, when he speaks like this in an event where the press have every right and reason to question and ask questions, there's no reason for him to behave this way, and he should be reprimanded and pay a fine and really made an example of so it doesn't happen again.
So on that issue, you're referring to the Sant Andre issue where they went to the TCP office and they basically get out the office and they stay there. I think they stayed there overnight.
Outstayed the welcome.
Yeah. Basically, they sat as a dharna there. So it's a little bit of a contentious issue, and I'm trying to look at it from both sides. One is that as per the Supreme Court ruling, you cannot block public roads, right? You cannot sit and block. You can protest. It is your right under the Constitution of India to protest without resorting to violence or encouraging violence or causing nuisance to the public. So I think that has to be addressed and that has to be implemented. When anybody wants, you have every right to protest, but you cannot put the public at large under what you call. You cannot basically inconvenience them.
Sorry, Ajay, just a quick question. Are you telling me a morcha is illegal? A morcha
No.
demonstration?
A morcha is legal as long as you say you don't block a road, prevent somebody from getting to the hospital or prevent somebody to getting home.
Risk of life.
The other people may not join your protest. That is one. So you have to do it through the proper channels, complaints, police complaints. You have to make a representation, make an appointment with the elected official, and seek that appointment. But in my opinion, going and blocking a TCB office, which is a public office, okay, I think you are asking for trouble.
Is that what he did?
They were there overnight.
Is that what they did?
Yes.
So this guy that got dragged out by the cops, so they're overnight.
Yeah. And again, I'm not disputing their right. I'm not disputing the right to ask questions and to protest against conversions in Sanvantre. But I think you cannot play into the hands of the police, because the police are looking for any excuse to throw you out.
But Ajay, it works both ways.
Yeah.
So I don't know enough about the story. I'm just saying I don't like the way this guy was manhandled and dragged and whatever. I didn't realize he had stayed overnight and blocked the office or whatever. But it shouldn't be the police that are the people. The police are there to serve the public and enforce the law. But it should be up to his seniors, his bosses, his people upstream from him that should be cracking the whip on this cat. Yes. He shouldn't be allowed to misbehave either. I'm not saying he's allowed to misbehave and you treat him with kid gloves. Nothing of the sort. But his reprimand should come from his superiors. Not the police treating him the way he did. I didn't realize that was I thought it was in a government building.
No, that's a TCP.
It is, right?
It's a government building.
Yeah, but then they shouldn't be allowed to drag him out like that, dude.
You know, I'll tell you one thing. If you have tried every means in terms of seeking an appointment with the concerned person, a government official, and your issue has not been addressed, you've not been met, not been spoken to, then of course you have every right to draw attention to your issue when you have, extinguished all means to try and get it done legally. So in this case, I'm not saying that you have to do anything illegal, but if nobody has addressed your issue through the proper channels, then you'll have to do a dharna like they did today.
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
You don't need to break the law.
Exactly. Nobody does.
Do not break the law. There's no reason to break the law. Follow the channels. As frustrating, ladies and gentlemen, I know, I live here. I know how frustrating the rules and following the law. Joanne, sorry, go on.
So it's basically they're protesting because 84,000 square meters, they're claiming, has been converted to settlement land. So that's a lot of land. 84,000 square meters has been. Do you want me to put this up? Yeah, I'm just saying 84,000 square meters has been converted to settlement land.
But you're still back to the point where if he is protesting or he's not able to do something, they're not listening to you and all that, doesn't mean you break the law.
No,
but
I agree.
as an official, as an elected official, you've got to behave in a certain way and lead by example. You have to be a role model. Yeah. You can't do what he did, but there's no way the police should be allowed to manhandle a government official like that.
No, you shouldn't be. But
that's all I'm saying.
Also with the Goa journalists are also demanding an apology for that journalist, because what you can't. Of course. Because they're absolutely right. Because what you can't do is threaten democracy. Ultimately, you know that a lot of journalists across the world have lost their lives for standing up and uncovering stories and reporting stories.
Yes.
You can't gag these people.
This clown, this guy needs to here again. This whatever his name is needs to be reprimanded by his upstream, whoever these people that are higher ups than him, that are his bosses. There's no reason to
reprimanded. I think there should be a law put in place. If you threaten a journalist for doing his job, an FIR should be filed against you. And that's what I truly believe. And I'll tell you one thing again, coming to what I was saying.
No, you want to make an example so it doesn't happen again. They will take you seriously.
What I was trying to say earlier was, in this case, sounds like the journalist was actually doing his job. And I'll tell you why. Because I've actually worked in media here in Goa, and I know, and I'm not trying to brush every journalist with one brush, right? I've noticed that all of the news that we see today that comes on our papers, it is basically some political party has sent a press release, come meet us at so-and-so place, for a press conference. And then there's tea and whatever is given over there to the journalists. Journalists just come down there. They've given a press release, and those guys take the press release. It's even in soft copy, so they'll take a copy and paste it, and it comes on your paper the next day. There is no proper investigative journalism here in Goa, from what I've seen. So if this guy actually has ruffled a feather, he's actually done something that is not the norm here in Goa. And kudos to him, and more power to you, sir.
Dude, it can be very contentious. It can get out of hand, and you want to make sure that you never have anybody worried about speaking their mind. I've seen the what's it called? The journalists here in Goa, when we were fighting with the electricity department about cutting cables, it's an absolute joke. God bless them. I love them all to bits, but it's so one-sided, so biased based on the newspaper that you cover for, your affiliation with senior people, blah, 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 blah. It can get so skewed, and you are not getting unbiased reporting. Yeah.
So that's what I believe now today. The new medium of journalism is the independent medium of social media. People like Omkar, who we had on the show, who has greater impact on addressing even the smallest of issues, highlighting them in a very respectful manner. I think I take my hats off to you, Omkar. I know that it's not an easy job, and kudos to you, and keep doing what you're doing, mate.
I'll give you 100 points if you can tell me Omkar's surname.
That was Joanne's specialty.
Come on, Joanne, I'll give you 1,000 points.
I can't tell you.
My man Omkar, you were the guy, by the way. We didn't give him enough credit. Yeah, he was the one who took the picture. We'll give you. He took the picture.
1,000 rupees.
$1,000?
What?
I'll say
It's got Google open.
$1,000, mate. I'll give you bucks with my head here in a second. He didn't get enough credit for the big pig thing that we did in Poveri, right? I took pictures and we put out reels and all. It was because of Omkar's post. By the way, his name is Omkar Gadanankari.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Awesome.
He's a rock star. He was on the.
Merv's got his name in his phone.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
Look at my phone. I'll show you my phone, mate.
you close the tab.
Mate, we are here in the studio. We see you. What
I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. Mr. Omar, you know what? But that's the good thing about social media and the age of the internet and all these different things. Yes, people nowadays can report stuff that's happening live. You don't need to be biased or skewed or worried about what kind of opinions you're going to get. People can report it themselves. They can record and upload it to the internet and social media, and everybody can see what's actually going on. Okay, can we talk about something a little lighter, a little bit more fun?
What?
Like what?
The AI
I want to talk about that the chick, that girl from an Indian university that claimed that flipping AI robotic dog was built by them. And it was actually a Chinese robotic dog lady, are you that dumb? You're in a university. Is this her?
That's
She
her.
was claiming that
Is this her?
she didn't make herself understood properly. She was
And it was
claiming-
edited. I didn't edit. It was pre-edited, post-edited. Come on, Neha. What is wrong with you? During an Gali.
This is the editor. This is the robot.
Gotias. It's called Gotias University.
Galgotias.
the university.
Galgotia हमारे कोंकण इनकी तो बोलते थे Galgotia.
But you know what? This was.
I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah. Basically, this was international. Very well promoted. It was on
The AI
a big.
summit.
Yeah, it was a big summit attended by Macron, I believe.
Yeah, President Macron
Right.
was
So
there.
it was a big deal.
All the
And how the hell did they allow this?
Hey, show me the
person to-
dog, dude. Look at the dog. Listen, first of all, her name is Neha Singh. During the India AI Impact Summit 2020, Professor Neha Singh introduced Orion, a quadruped robot, as an in-house innovation. Come on, how dumb are you?
But it was online users.
You're-
Online people online actually identified that it was
You're a professor,
Chinese
Neha.
robot.
It's a Chinese dog that you're claiming made. You know what? I built a pig in Poveri the other day. It was a little bit large. I put 4 different legs on this pig. Are you kidding me? On an international platform, during an international summit, you're going to claim and make a claim. What's it called? What would it be considered?
What, you mean false claim?
Yeah, false claim. Well, what do we like when you?
Oh, yeah.
I want play this video. I want to hear this. Can we hear this?
Yes. Here you go.
Intellectual property.
क्या आपको अफसोस नहीं है कि इतनी बड़ी समिट थी उसमें इस तरीके की चीजें हुई और उसके बाद जो है आप एकदम पूरी तरीके से अपने को डिफेंड कर रही हैं कहीं पर भी आपको अफसोस नहीं नजर आ रहा है किसी भी जगह पर कि आपने क्या किया
आपको कैसे पता कि मुझे अफसोस नहीं है? मुझे बिल्कुल अफसोस
बताइए ना कि
मुझे
कितना
बहुत-
अफसोस है?
मुझे बहुत अफसोस है कि मेरे बच्चों की जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज थी वो इन सारी कंट्रोवर्सी की वजह से उसका टाइम लैप्स हो रहा है। मुझे बहुत अफसोस है कि हम जो कहना चाह रहे थे और जो सबको बताना चाह रहे थे, इतना बड़ा हमें प्लेटफॉर्म मिला, वो ठीक तरह से सामने मौका ही आज की दुनिया में सबसे बड़ी चीज़ है। हमारे पास ये मौका था और हमने इसका ठीक तरह से शायद हम यूज़ नहीं कर पाए। आप लोगों ने हमें इतना मौका नहीं दिया, इतना टाइम नहीं दिया कि हम उसको और अच्छी तरह से
देश का नाम नीचा हुआ, इसको लेकर आप में अफसोस नहीं है?
मैं फिर ये बात कह रही हूँ, देश की जो छवि है, देश का जो गौरव है, वो इतनी छोटी सी बात नहीं है कि वो नीचे हो जाए। ये सर, ये लेगेसी है, ये वैल्यू सिस्टम है, ये सिंस एजेस है।
How
इतनी
dare
छोटी
she
सी चीज़-
talk
सबक
about
क्या मिला
legacy
आपको?
and
आपको इस
value
चीज़ का-
system? Come on, lady, you got caught lying. You got caught. You should be ashamed. You should be apologizing and do the adult thing and say, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. Don't make excuses about it.
Merv, I think she's just a professor.
But that's even
just
worse,
a
right?
professor.
What do you mean, just a professor?
You should know better.
She's the role model for students.
She is the professor. But my point is, how did they not vet this? How
No,
did they not
forget
vet
about
this?
vetting this. How can you, as an adult, a responsible, this thing, you're allowed to talk to the press and you can make these claims, false claims?
She is a professor. She's getting full day salary for half day work.
And that's your biggest claim.
But
That's your
not
biggest
even
qualm.
that, though.
But you know,
Neils are pissed off because he got a full day's pay for a half day's job. Mate, what a joke on an international platform. This was all over the internet. How do you justify such a stupid claim when you've got the world watching?
Yeah, because it's a huge summit for India, because obviously they're just wanting to show how important AI will be for the country going forward. So they'd organised this summit, which was 5-day summit, and it had global world leaders here. So like you said, Ajoy, it was President Macron was here, obviously Prime Minister Modi was also addressing, the audience. Mukesh Ambani has committed to be investing billions in
As he
AI.
should, as he should.
Of course, which you'd expect. But even, all of the AI giants are all here, which was fantastic. Obviously,
Billy pulled out, no?
Gates was not there.
He didn't want the Epstein thing to be overshadowing his appearance at this. Bill, I'm surprised. You know what? This Gates thing, this Epstein thing's caused a huge stir. But I'm more annoyed. I'm more embarrassed about this woman. And I think it's an absolute damn shame that on an international platform, on an international stage, you'd be so dumb and stupid enough to make a claim that is blatantly a lie and then argue about it.
But-
I'm telling you, Galgotias University. She's a professor, right?
She's apparently a professor, Professor Neha Singh. I don't know much about her career,
she's-
career graph, but clearly she seems to be somebody who should know the difference between an Indian robot and a Chinese robot.
Right.
I'll tell you what, if anything symptomizes how far back we are compared to China in AI, it's this incident. It shows that we have a lot of catching up to do. I think decades of catching up to do, if I may
But
say
I think
so.
if you use AI, you can catch up pretty fast. That's the whole point, isn't it?
I think you use a
about-
fast horse, you can catch up to anything.
No, but essentially, it's
I can't believe this happened, dude. And you wonder why we're still in the shit. We're still in the mess. This is the 21st century. We've got to lie about something that everybody's going to watch and see. They're going to call you out on it. Okay, moving right along. Are you kidding me?
Wait, Merv.
No.
One second. There was, apparently, the Congress set up a hornet's nest when they went and protested without their shirts on, apparently.
What?
Yeah, this AI, this AI gaff. So I'm trying to get some information about this. But
Kirsten showed me
and
something.
it's the hottest topic right now in India, where the opposition parties are saying, "How dare you?" So what do you think?
Shut up. You're pulling my leg. They
not
took their
kidding.
shirts off.
Huh?
They took their shirts off.
They took the shirts off. Let me just try and pull up something.
Kirsten, what was that one with the dudes put
here you
young
go.
buck? He had this young guy in Parliament with glasses. Are you shitting me? Used global event for dirty politics. PM shreds Congress over shirtless protest at AI summit. These guys took it's not that bad. They've got the tank tops and shit on rashes.
So they went inside the AI summit and they removed their shirts to protest maybe what happened with that Chinese or Indian Chinese robot. So
I don't care. Dude.
Okay,
This
and
is
that is supposed to be like the absolute embarrassment for India. But the stall that had the fake robot from China wasn't an embarrassment. Okay.
I know, apparently they were saying that they were asked to vacate their stall, but then the university said, actually, no, we weren't asked to leave. So there's like all sort of mixed
move
messaging
along,
over
guys.
there. But I was just going to say though, 110 billion is the pledge from Mukesh Ambani over the next 7 years.
$110
billion.
That's a lot.
To invest in AI for the ecosystem in India, which
That's
is,
a lot.
which is phenomenal. Which would be fabulous.
Well, Mukesh has got the money, and I'm glad and I'm proud that he's putting his money. He's going to make 10 times that. But it's nice that you've had that investment. Sorry?
Anthropic also want to invest here.
Dude, you've got such
what is Anthropic, by the way?
Anthropic is one of the biggest.
One of the major
OpenAI, Anthropic. These are all guys that are the top of their game. He dropped out. If he left OpenAI to start language models and all these different technologies that are so great and incorporated. They're so ubiquitous with everything we do nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys are all trying to get a piece of India because you've got such a huge population to generate a huge amount of revenue. So Mukesh is not dumb.
Listen, you may throw all the money you want at something, but if there's no brain, what do you call human resource behind it, it's not going to stick.
The thing is, though, I said it's fantastic that India is actually hosting a summit like this. However, I just wish India would get down to the basics for the majority of the population that really needs it.
What were you saying to me? Tell them what you said to me.
Supplying toilets for people.
Joanne said, what's the use of being in the 21st century if people don't have proper toilets?
Basic, having sort of
amenities.
Basic amenities.
Toilets, electricity, water. Yes, Mr. Neil Rodrigues.
So building on what Ajoy said, apparently this university paid for space more than all the 4 IITs combined. Imagine.
Oh,
what?
My.
To be at the summit.
Yeah. So the IITs had smaller space than this university.
Galgotias. Gotias. Koi galta. Galgotias marata. Gotias koi gali re ajo. Hasta marata kapra dare. Galgotias. It's an international stage, guys, and to make a stupid claim like that, and you don't think you're going to be called out. When you are called out, you make another stupid excuse for the last stupid excuse or the last statement you made. Move on. This is embarrassing because this is the one chance we get at an international platform on the public world stage, and this is what we can come up with.
The head of the UN was there as well, so
you got all the big boys.
Absolutely, it was a huge.
Anthropic, by the way, in AI. I can't. Sam, whatever his name is, wouldn't hold hands, dude. You see that picture of them?
Yeah.
Or the video of them? It's. Anyway, listen, my beloved India, Bharat, Mera Desh. It is sad because you've got so much potential, and until you weed this out, until you stop behaving like greedy government officials that can't just wait to line their pockets and actually do the work of the people for the people as government officials, government servants, this place is never gonna get ahead, dude.
Basically, Mo was saying, wake up and smell the coffee.
Is that what I'm saying, Ajoy?
In a sense, you have to listen. Let's take a stock of the reality of Indian education.
There's nothing Indian education to listen. Can I just tell you this, Baba?
Yeah.
Don't bag Indian education. Primary education is a joke. Secondary education is shit. But the big boys, the IITs, these business schools are top notch. Some of the biggest, most successful people around the world, Indians, have come from your Bombay IITs, your IIT,
so the CEO
Bangalore, blah, blah, blah.
I am not
tertiary and that level of education.
I am not
second to none.
Okay, but I'm not disputing the fact that we can churn out amazing talent in the science field, etc. But where are they?
They're all gone overseas because they're getting screwed here.
Exactly. So that's my point, right?
Hey, Kirsten, Galgotia.
And number 2,
Galgotia.
If honestly, if you really want to say that we are successful, we are right now mostly a service industry, especially in IT. We're predominantly just a service industry. We have not invented software. You tell me what software we invented or created that is unique.
When I first moved here and I went to a couple of summits and things like that, and I heard one speaker say India's a cut and paste society. They like to take a template from overseas and then they're essentially kind of repackaging it and repurposing it as their own, which maybe was the case, which was 10, 12 years ago. However, you'd like to think that people are actually moving things on themselves and they're actually creating and inventing themselves.
I don't care. I'm so fed up of it. It just annoys me because a country with this many natural resources, education, qualified people, just everybody has to scramble and move overseas to every other country in the world to get away from this place because you don't get the returns. It's not worth it. You're paying such high taxes with no benefits, and you've got a bunch of crooks running the country and lining their pockets.
No infrastructure.
No infrastructure.
No internet in Goa.
Listen, hey, watch it.
No, in the sense, in infrastructure.
Your nose.
I'm talking about the infrastructure here, right?
No, but Ajoy, here again, it comes back to simple things. Why is the U.S. and China competing to be dominant when it comes to AI and tech and software and applications? Why is India nowhere on the scene?
Exactly.
Why are all the first, second, third world countries, they're competing on sports stages at the Olympics, at the World Games, at the World Cup, and all these different events? Where's India, dude?
Yeah.
Same thing. It ties into that. It's a joke, and we love this. And here again, sorry guys. By the way, I'm going to make this very clear. It's not all politics and politicians and people in power. I'm not making a blanketed statement. You've got some very good, very qualified, very honest people out there working their tails off and doing a great job. But sadly, it's the majority. Of the people that overshadow these people, these few good people that should be like that Nagi, the lady Nagi, who should be the education minister. You should have somebody who's actually into sports be the sports minister. You've got somebody and we've got some of our prime ministers in the past, some of our financial experts are some of the smartest guys in the world, but they get overshadowed by the game of politics. And that's why we're still in the shit. What does she say? Fix it, or you stay in the pig shit. Something, no?
That's what you said.
Go fix it. It's sad, dude, because and everybody feels the same. I guarantee if you poll majority of Indians, that's probably something they'll say. On an international stage, that we don't have the representation. Everybody leaves this country to go elsewhere because we're getting screwed here locally. It's not worth staying in.
And again, even if you're a passer of an IIT, right? Wake up and smell the coffee, guys. You know, I was having a discussion sometime back. I'll never forget it. A guy from IIT who was working in the US or Singapore, something like that. He made a claim that India's infrastructure is the best in the world. It's
what kind of infrastructure?
Yeah, we were talking about roads. I said, you know what, the roads. Okay, like for example, I went to the Sea Link, the Mumbai Sea Link. I was in.
Those are some impressive.
That is amazing, and hopefully it looks good. It started out well and remains that way. But the other infrastructure around India, I mean, say it's great. It's something new. We've never experienced it, which is great. But it could have been done better. Small things, the basics, just a smooth. I always say, if you don't need to be an IIT guy to make very smooth roads, you just have to have a love for what you're doing and ensure that quality is met. Certain quality benchmarks are met, right?
Sounding like a Debbie Downer, I'm going to say once again, the modus operandi so far, status quo has been keep him down, keep him dumb. And you have this quality level of people voting these people into power in these states, and you wonder why these people behave the way they do. Just think about the level of education, the masses that are uneducated, that are voting these guys, that are being bought to vote these people into power to make more money. I cannot talk about this anymore. My hair's going to fall out. Ladies and gentlemen, Ajoy Barrett is going to say something.
Sorry, Merv, I cut you short there. I was just going to say, our show is the exact opposite of what you just said.
Yeah,
we keep them up here in this show.
Keep them up,
and we keep them happy. Right?
We tried to.
We're not a Debbie Downer over here, so
we don't take ourselves seriously. We talk about contentious topics, but the reason it's done with a good cause, it's done for the right reasons. We're not trying to down anybody. We're just trying to make highlight and make people aware of why. And everybody knows a lot of the stuff that we're talking about anyway. But you have to talk about these things and try and figure out a solution. You can't keep complaining. That's the height of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Merv Britto Show. We do the show every week, and we love to hear from you. This is an interactive show. If you want to get in touch with us, you can get in touch with us wherever you get your social media. All our social media links are on the screen right now. Can I say something to you? If you like what we do, we would appreciate you spreading the word, leaving us a like, and sharing some of the content that you're hearing and seeing from us. You want to know more about us? Go check out the MervBrittoShow.com. If you want to get in touch with us live on the air, give us a call or send us a message. The number is 750-724-6246. And we are going to get into the final segment of this beautiful show. Habibi, I want to do some comments. Are we done with? Are we going to? You want to listen? I can't talk about Dabolim to be shut. Government says no. Don't shut my Dabolim. Bond kar na kare.
Okay.
Podiya mare toka sangtele. Koni bond karta. Why they want to close Dabolim?
So you want to talk about this then?
I don't.
Very quickly, I want to say that apparently one of the opposition MLAs or MPs, sorry, he's an MP, Captain, what's his name? Viriato, Captain Viriato, who is an opposition MP from South Goa, he came up and made a claim that he had privy to news in the center where the state government had forwarded a letter saying that MOPA is not making a profit, so maybe we should close Dabolim. Now, this is a claim that the opposition says that Captain Viriato's made. Now, who's to say what happened?
We spoke about this earlier in the beginning of the show, didn't we? You measure 50 times and you cut once. Why would you want to be able to build another airport unless you're gonna shut Dabolim down, build MOPA? Why do you need two airports in such a close proximity? There's no reason. Yeah, you're competing against yourself, and it's sad. It's a stupid thing to do. But these studies should have been done before you went ahead and cut the ribbon. No,
I think what they're saying is they're talking about a conspiracy to phase out civilian operations at Dabolim because of the fact that it's
a military airport. So keep it military. Move everything.
That's what they're talking about because of Operation Sindoor and all of that. So they're saying, are we not being told the full truth about it?
Okay. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know enough about it. The fact of the matter remains that this is only conjecture at this time. This is just stuff to stir the pot. I don't know enough about it, so I hope they listen. Dabolim was a military naval air base before.
It still is.
No.
Yeah, but they put in a lot of money for the infrastructure.
It was a civilian area that was captured by the Navy.
Can I tell you, it was owned by my uncle Adolf.
Yes.
So it was Bernard's dad's property. It was the Costas that owned that property, where the airport took away property and the train, the railways took their property.
Yes.
And that was owned by the Costas in Chicali. So whatever the case may be, you've invested a lot of money into Dabolim Airport to make it an international airport, right?
Right.
I think it's stupid if you try and go turn back time or whatever. I'm not smart enough to know these things.
And just the logistics of it all, Dabolim is perfectly placed to serve both the south and the north.
Yeah.
Compared to Mopa, which will be
I love Mopa.
I like nothing against Mopa. I think I'm sure if they threw the money that they did on Mopa on Dabolim, it would be a world-class airport itself.
Can I tell you a small bit of my opinion is that Mopa is not, and I've said this about so many different industries and enterprises and conglomerates and entities in this country, in the state. Just like the ISL football, put a smart CEO, somebody in charge of running the ISL or Mopa airport. If you put a smart person and they can market and manage this place and take it top notch, you've got some of the brightest brains in the world that live right here in India, just like the guys that are running Bombay Airport. Or Mumbai Airport. What is that? Chhatrapati?
I would put Bangalore before Mumbai.
Oh, screw you, Bangalore, dude.
Bangalore is amazing.
Bangalore, whatever. Listen,
airport,
you've got to have somebody with a brain. The guy that runs Heathrow, the guy that runs
Whoa, he's in hot water this week.
Whatever, I don't want to talk about it. I'm talking about all these guys that are put in charge of running an airport that know what they're doing, that are able to market, that are able to entice airlines to slots, parking charges, this, that, and the other, restaurants, chains, hotels. Get people that know what they're doing to manage Mopa, and Mopa will be a success and turn a profit. Same with sports in this country. You have these stupid government officials that got their tentacles in all these sports and trying to control the sports. What is it? The sports department, right? The department is the
sports ministry.
The sports ministry. Put people that are actual sportsmen that know how they work their magic and make it successful. It's an absolute shame, a crime, and it's an embarrassment to this country when you can't have when you've got so many people that are football crazy and you can't have a league that operates in terms of profit. You need the people in place. Get your flipping government tentacles out of these entities and let the smart people that know what they're doing run them and turn a profit. Ladies and gentlemen, God Almighty, I want to pat myself on the back. Anyway, let's go on. We're going to number. You're making fun of me there. Galgotia, get tumso.
Number dina ka. Now sang.
Konacho now re? Wilbert. Let's go. No. I'm going to go. I'm explaining to you. I want to talk about the Black Panther that was sighted in Kudne. I'm so excited because we've had tigers. We've had, what do they call? Not panthers. What do they call? Leopards. Right? In the Ghats. Oh, everybody falling asleep? Anybody knows about this?
Yeah.
We've had tigers and all spotted, and nobody wants to talk about them because they're scared that they're going to have to create sanctuaries and they're going to lose loads and 1,000 square meters of property because if you've got wild animals there, you can't do any industries. Talk about this before we get into comments. You better get your ass on the mic, mate. I want to talk about comments. You ready? There you go.
Yeah, so this was basically a Black Panther at the Kudne Sports Ground on Monday morning. So this guy, Ganesh Malik, saw it while he was jogging with his dogs.
Holy shit. Wilbert, this is Sankili. You went walking there today.
No, he went to Sankwa.
Oh, Sankwa, sorry. Fuck, I was going to say they could have jumped on you and eaten you, mate.
So
this is in a tree, a Black
the dog
Panther.
actually barked and chased it into the bushes. So he'd gone up into the tree. Yeah.
Oh my God, ladies
like
and
a
gentlemen.
house cat to me.
I was going to say, is it just a normal?
Turn the volume off. Is that the audio?
No.
Dude, it could be, no?
No.
No, that can't be. Look at the size of the tree and look at the size of that. That's a panther.
If that's a cat, that's a pretty big cat.
That is a big cat. Look how large it is compared to the tree. That is definitely a Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Listen, there's no doubt about it. That's a Black Panther. I wish they had audio, but we don't. But thank you, Mr. Who was it? Black Panther.
So Ganesh Malik.
Ganesh Malik.
Yeah.
Thank you for the footage. It absolutely exists. I know we've got wild animals like this right here in our own backyard that people do not want to admit. We're going to talk about. Let's do some comments, please. We're never going to get to it, dude. It's already 7:30.
Isn't Willie going to tell us about the walking?
I already asked him about it.
Hey, is that it?
Yeah.
So is this like the Goa Camino that we've been talking about for
Willie, you want to shed some light on your walk this morning, or you don't? Are you too tired?
Firstly, how many calories did you burn?
I was wondering that earlier.
You only walked for 2 hours.
Eh?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
For 12 kilometers though.
Was it 12 kilometers?
That's good going.
And
we have a visual.
There you go.
This was
wow. So this was and they had mass at the end of the walk, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna explain. Come on, goddammit.
So there were about, I guess, more than 25,000 people present. Once the people start entering the designated area, everyone is served with black tea and a bun. So they can have some.
Make this big. Can you put this on the full screen? I don't want to see my face. I want to see these pictures. This is really interesting, dude. This is walking over the Zuari Bridge?
Yes, the old bridge.
And they closed the bridge off so that people could walk across?
No, it's
the
open.
old bridge.
Some are walking on the old bridge. Yeah.
Oh, got you on the old bridge, which is closed. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some pedestrian bikes and all are still going there, so it's open. And so we started from Goa Vella petrol pump and we walked about 9 kilometers all the way till the Sakwale church chapel, facade of the broken down church. And then I think we started at 2:30. It took us about 2 hours 15 minutes something. 4:45 we reached venue. We had some tea, and this was during the mass.
Oh, it's nice. Sunrise.
Yeah, so at the start, the Cardinal Philip Neri Ferrao, he burnt all everyone had got their intentions written on a piece of paper, so he as praise
They
to
burnt
God.
the people or their
No, we
intention?
offered
intentions.
up the intention.
Yes. And then we started the mass. The mass ended at around 7:45 something.
This is impressive, and I think this is really great. Willie, well done. Kudos to you, mate. This is really nice.
Thank you, thank you.
And I have to say, because we've got a Muslim girl in our office, Shabana, and the Muslims right now are fasting for Ramadan, right?
Correct.
So some of these things that people do at this time of year, she can't eat from 5:30 in the morning to 6:30 in the evening.
But not even water. You're not even
Drinking water, right? Some people
Yeah.
don't. So these guys are doing similar things, right, guys? These guys are walking through this pilgrimage, takes you all to San Qual to celebrate Masa. This is how many times do you do this, by the way?
Once a year, the Sunday following the Ash Wednesday.
And
Gotcha.
how did you get back home?
We had a bus which dropped
good.
us at bus stand, and then it waited at the venue, like a bit far away. So we had to walk back 1.5 kilometer.
Okay.
Wow. Well done.
Well done, Willie. Good job.
Really great thing.
Is this you videotaping, by the way?
Yes.
You should have taken the gimbal, dude. You got a shaky hand.
You prayed for us as well.
Yes.
Wow. What church is that?
That's lovely.
What
It's the
facade?
facade of the.
Of San Qual?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let's get on with this. Willie, I want to get. I need to get that in. I want to see these pictures if you got them. Is that it?
Yeah.
There's the altar, no? Nice, dude. Very nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Done. Thanks, Willie. Okay. Kirsten, Mr. Ribeiro, can you talk like Arab and tell me how you want my Galgotias next to read?
And
Yeah?
can you shake some numbers?
Can you read some comments? Speak. I love to hear him
Yeah,
speak like an
you
Arab.
have to actually speak on the mic. Yeah, when the mic is open, you can speak.
Yeah, but he can't even barely. He mumbles in the office anyway all day long. Let's see if he can speak on a microphone. Okay, Mr.
Off we go.
Salam.
Salam Namaste.
I know why he says salam.
Look how serious he gets, dude. He's like really focused.
That's,
He
I
looks
wonder
like
if he knows how to read English, dude.
that's on his bus.
He looks like a goat to me for some reason.
Hello.
This is a comment based on what? Come on, let's talk. Come on, let's get into this.
Yeah, so this is the comment based on old Goa topic.
Where's the
About
comment?
Yeah, Raj M. Chodank.
Can I see the comment?
So the topic was basically we were talking about it wasn't refurbished. It was completely rebuilt, weren't we?
Yeah, so Raj M. Chodanka says, boss, if the Goans are rightfully given the ownership of land and allow them to build from a hut to a mansion, what is your problem? The problem is when immigrants come to Goa and do that.
And that's what causes the problem. That's BS. I tell you what, Raj, that's not true, mate. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Whether you're going or a tourist or anybody from outside Goa, you shouldn't be allowed to make claims and do something that is illegal, which is clearly illegal. What did John Oliveira say?
So John Oliveira,
Come on, mate, you gotta read faster.
John Oliveira replied saying it was not a hut but a room built to store coconuts, which in Konkani means laws. And then also in the site plan it was mentioned as a laws.
Okay, what did Bibliana say? Come on,
Bibiana said, these Ghantis, sorry for that, please
have money. Come on,
have
dude.
money
Read it.
and come to Goa and ruin our culture, heritage and peaceful way of living. They have a civic sense. They have no civic sense actually, and turned Goa into a big open air dustbin.
Okay, so you can use all the derogatory terminology, and I don't agree with what she says about Ghantis and all. There's nobody called a Ghanti. Listen, at the end of the day, what the hell have you Goans done with your property? You sold it to these people that were able to buy it and move here, right? So don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. There's a lot of true and false. There's a lot of good and bad, a lot of stuff that has happened, which all I'm saying to you, the reason we highlight this is we want people to follow the rules. Don't try and do the bait and switch and do something that's illegal, and the authorities are asleep. They shouldn't be allowed to do what they're doing, which is wrong. Next, what else?
Yeah, so on Instagram, Clayton says, why are all the priests quiet and the Holy Church too? Think about it.
Yeah, absolutely, Clayton. Clayton, great point. Why? This is an old Goa, right? This is supposed to be heritage sites. Why are they allowed to do this and the priests are being quiet? They're supposed to be protecting this. But more importantly than the priests, your government officials. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you all for the comments. What else?
Yeah, for the carnival reel, somebody said Goa needs some more men like you. This is a compliment to you. Cheers, buddy. You're doing a great job. When can I join you?
Anytime. Who is it? Who's Bonnie? Bonnie Babani. Listen, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's a bunch of us that get together and do what we do. It's a pleasure for me because this is very near and dear to my heart. So I do what I do out of love for Goa and something I feel very strong about. Thank you, Bonnie. You're very kind. You're more than welcome to join us. Give me a call sometime. I'd love to hear from you. Next.
So this is about the pig, this thing, nothing.
This is from Omkar, right?
Yeah.
This Omkar took these pictures, dude.
Yes.
Gadan Kari. Sang re.
Nothing, this thing about it.
So then why you put it on the screen there? Habibi?
It's something funny you want
So
to
read the goddamn comments then. Tell if it's funny. Scroll up and read the comments.
A lot of people are just laughing.
They're laughing at Neil's content.
Yeah.
Oink today, thought patel tomorrow.
Yeah, so Avril Barton says, oh, Dukor, please put her back.
Put her back.
Who's actually taking it away, though? Who
I don't know who put it there, and I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah, where is it gone?
I don't know.
The piggy has gone home finally after going to the market.
No, but that's crazy because they've spent a shitload of money to get it there. Huh?
By the way, we have some inkling about what happened to that poster.
Do you?
Look at the poster, my friend.
That handsome gentleman, I don't know who the hell he is.
He doesn't know how to cook.
Patel, I do know how to cook. How dare you?
Well,
I know
you know how to cook. You know how to burn toast.
If anybody has any insights as to what happened to this pig, I think it was a great addition to our boring potpourri. Tell us, we'd love to know because you've spent a lot of money to make it, build it, and put it there, and all of a sudden it's gone. Thank you for all. Mention the people that it was Avril Barton and Baba
Rod.
Chris Castellino also.
Chris Castellino.
Yeah.
Who else? Loons and the Merv Britto Show. That's Lums. Sorry, 07. Yeah. Next. On Facebook?
No, sorry.
The poor guy that died, dude. King Momo. What are you doing, Kirsten?
No, I think something got reset. Okay, leave that.
Okay, let's leave that, yeah?
Yeah, on YouTube, we've got thanks to the tea shop owner, the great PM Madiji. I don't know why he's replied to our...
Modi ji. What is this post about, though?
What was it about the accident, the recent post about the 25...
Oh, that poor guy that died in that hole, yeah. New face, welcome. What? Thanks to the tea shop owner for the great PM. I have no idea. Yes.
Then another comment is, yes, please make it more viral so this type of negligence won't happen next time.
That's exactly why, Anna, that's exactly why we do the show. Read a couple more, dude. And say, what does that say? And say thanks to our great... Why are they saying Modi ji? They mean Modi ji. Narendra Modi ji.
Indirectly. They don't want to say it directly.
Wonderful. Oh, they're scared to say his name.
Yeah.
The great Narendra Modi. Read. Come on, mate.
So this is about the old Goa structure which we spoke about earlier. The Deepak says, dude, this is India. Besides humans, money talks.
No shit, Sherlock. Thanks, Deepak. We didn't know that. It shouldn't be allowed, though. I don't care how much money talks. This is something that should not be allowed. There are rules to govern these kind of things, and the people are asleep at the wheel. Irma,
this is another thing.
Read no.
So
go to the top. Start at the top. What's the top?
Top is Wilbert's.
Wilbert Cardozo left one smiley face. He was busy walking to San Qualmara. He didn't have time to leave too. Next, Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew says, instead of turning everything into concrete, it would have been lovely to see a small green garden in that space.
I love that idea. Matthew, that's a brilliant suggestion, and hopefully that's what they do. We don't need more concrete. We need more cytoplasm, protoplasm. What is it called? Photosynthesis in that area. Mm-hmm. Chlorophyll, the green stuff that turns all that pollution into proper clean air. Chlorophyll in the garden.
That because I've
in
also
Porbury,
seen...
opposite Snips.
Oh, okay. Because I know what you mean. Because also on the other side, where they've got the diversion of the road and all of that, they've built some like
that's exactly where it is
and things like that.
Okay, scroll. Who's that? Matthew, right? What is that?
No, this is what I read just now.
Okay, so Chris Castellino. Is this the same Chris?
Yeah,
Chris.
This is another post, no? So he's
like Kirsten right now.
Why? Me?
Yeah, when you're reading.
Kirsten Chris Castellino. Papa Shekhar. Who let the pig out?
This is a great Neil. This is from Neil.
Who's the enforcer?
Neil Rodriguez.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's got the funniest comment. Who let the pigs out? All right, come on, one more.
One fact.
Sang mare.
A fun fact for you, Merv. Did you know that Porim at one time had a huge population of wild boar?
Did that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
People used to go there and hunt for wild boar.
Oh yeah.
And they're not there now because of fill in the
Pollution,
blank.
population,
No,
overdevelopment.
because of a particular dish. The craving of yeah, there you go.
Nare. Tasham munna kare. Amche dukor azuni ha. खूब हा परवरेट. Okay.
That's a Dukor.
And that's it, my folks.
Come on, that's it. That's all you got.
Yeah.
That's it to my folks.
Yeah, for this whole week it was.
Shake your balls.
No.
Galgotias. Hey, Galgotias.
Get
All
go
right.
shake your balls. Galgotias.
No more shaking for some time.
Hey, we're a family show, guys.
Okay.
All right,
All I
that's
wanted
enough.
to say is I wanted to wish Anthony a happy birthday for last Sunday.
Let's go. We have to end soon.
A very good friend of ours, Anthony. It was his birthday last
Happy birthday,
Sunday. We
Anthony.
forgot to mention him.
Ladies
We
and
had a great
gentlemen,
time.
we are at the end of this session that we've had a blast bringing to you, that we've talked about a lot of contentious topics and things that kind of play on our minds, and you've got so many people, and there again I want to mention the number of people that have come up to me and said they're really enjoying what we're doing. We do this as a team. I can't do this on my own, and I love and I appreciate everything you guys put into it, but I also appreciate the comments and the feedback I get. We would love to hear from you. You've got all our social media handles. You don't have to put them up, Willie, but if you'd love you'd love to get involved, send somebody a shout out, say hello, or leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you on all the social media handles at the Merv Britto Show, Insta, Facebook, YouTube, X, whatever. We are building this out slowly from a small show that we started, just making sure that people are aware of what's going on locally. This is our little way of giving back to what's actually happening. There's not a whole lot more. We don't want to get into politics, so we're not going to stand for public office, but we do the show so that we can actually give back and make more people anywhere around the world in this format, Joanne, make people around the world aware of what's going on, and we can have interactivity.
Absolutely. It's just nice for people to be able to check in. So people who are also living here and leading busy lives, they can just check in. Might not always have time to read the newspaper, but then they can just get a little bit of a feel for what some of the top topics are that people are talking about, as well as people who are living all over the world that have got their connect-to-goer. It's nice for them to kind of have an idea of boots on the ground, what's going on.
You don't have to be Indian. You don't have to be Goan. You don't have to be. You could be anyone from anywhere around the world, like that lovely Danish couple that we met. Yeah. That has a passion and loves Goa. We want to talk about things that we want to make people more aware of that are happening, good, bad, or ugly, funny or sad. But this is our way of giving back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your comments and your kind words. I've met so many of you over the past couple of days, and I really, really do appreciate the kindness and the kind words. I'm looking to have a guest host. I'd love to have somebody host the show for a week so I can go and play golf on a Sunday for a change. If you out there want to watch, or anybody out there watching wants to do the show, Ajoy, get Ajoy, dude. Can we do it soon? Ajoy, host the show for a week and give me and my wife a break this week or next week, dude.
Yeah, his t-shirt is Bring the Heat, so I think yes, he's up for it.
Show though. It's the heat.
Dude, it's not rocket science. It ain't rocket science. What I do, any donkey can flip and well do. If you're out there and you think you're smart enough or you're good enough and you can host a show, please get in touch with us.
Send in some audition tapes.
That's a great idea, Joe, and I'm not kidding, dude.
Absolutely,
now that you're talking about it, if you're out there and you're listening, you've always wanted to do this. It's so easy. It's a blast. It's good fun, and you've got a really, really good team. They're all sitting here, and unfortunately, my ugly mug is in front of the camera. But I'd love to hear from you. If you think that you could host the show, or you would like to host the show as a guest host, maybe even in the studio with us, with my wife Joanne and myself, we'd love to hear from you. We're always looking to add and enhance what we do to make it better, more interesting. But we do this and it's a passion. We love to do it. We'd love to hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to say adios, amigos. This is the Merv Britto Show, and until next Sunday, from me and all of these lovely people that make this happen, this is Merv Britto, out.